Sounds of KB, Lick Me, right here on the Global Network, 99.5 FM. Yours truly, JWise. Of course, it's all about the Bahamian Weekend Blast on a TGI Friday. Of course, man, this is going to be a great day because I got a lot of giveaways. Of course, getting ready for the hottest concert next Saturday, May the 10th. The Legends of Rake and Script. Of course, I got a few other giveaways. But before we get into the giveaways, ladies and gentlemen, I got a guest in the studio. Of course, I'm going to most definitely let him introduce himself.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Great day to all.
Well, actually, I'm gonna. What with me? I like my guests introduce themselves. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Great day to all. As I said, my name is Rory Newbold. I'm the oldest child of the marital union of Eric and Eleanor Newbold, born and bred in Hospital Lane in Baintown. I'm followed by brothers Anton and Reynard and other siblings, Gregory, David, Lavon, my only sister, Trevor, and Kareem. I went to St. John's College locally, and I might add, some may not agree, there's only two kinds of people in the Bahamas: those who went to St. John's and those who wish they did. How about that?
I can't disagree with you.
I'm a retired father of 5 little boys. Shout out to Ashton, Aaron, Malik and his wife Jasmine in Richmond, Virginia. I know they're listening in. Adam, and Ethan. I love them all so much. My prayer daily is for God to continue guiding, protecting, and successing them. I've worked many jobs in my time, such as with Chase Manhattan Bank, Banco Ambrosiano, Bank of Montreal, Bank of the Bahamas, Furniture Plus, Securities Commission, Fidelity Bank, and lastly, BAIC. Presently, I'm carrying on the vision of my grandmother, who is the matriarch of the family. We lost her in 2012, and my mother, Eleanor Newbold, whom we lost 2 Junes ago, in chatting with and servicing souvenirs to our tourists in the straw market. That is a bit of me.
Sounds really good. And of course, I want to ask you a question. How did you get into Bahamian music? What inspired you to get into Bahamian music and being a singer, Bahamian singer?
JWise, I tell you, I always loved music from high school time. Folks would say, come sing this song for me, and they get a little lunch and stuff. And, it only happened really recently, like 2 Junes ago when my mom died. And as a matter of fact, just before she passed, about a week prior to, I actually sang a song for her Mother's Day present. And she was pretty much incapacitated at the time. And so I simply had to place the cell phone to her ear and let her listen in. And she said, you got a beautiful voice just like your daddy had. That was big to me. And so the rest of the story is pretty much history we will cover.
And of course, too, at this time, I want you to give all your social media contacts so people who may want to get in contact with you.
Okay, I'm presently on WhatsApp, number 357-8387. You can also find my music on YouTube. And I must remember the older generation, we like to say YouTube. But my 11-year-old tells me, Daddy, it's YouTube. That's Ethan. Yes. And my music is also on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, and the likes.
Okay, sounds really good. And of course, before we go to our break, one question I want to ask you: inspiring Bahamian singers. What would you say to a young up and coming Bahamian artist? What would you tell them?
Keep grinding it out. Okay. You never know what your talents are unless you attempt certain things. So you have to go and try it and be consistent at it. Your day will come. There's nothing I believe in this world that you cannot do. You have to try it. You have to keep at it.
Positive, very positive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a little break. Of course, we're gonna be back, and of course, we got some songs that we're gonna play on the air, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we'll take a break right here on the Global Network, 99.5 FM. You're actually JWise, of course, my special guest in the studio right now. We'll get into the music right here on the Global Network, Bahamian Weekend Blast.
Pump It Up Friday, of course, man. Yes, I got my guests. So if you're just tuning in, let my guest introduce yourself once again to listen. Just tuned in. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great, JWise.
And in this segment right here, we know this month here is something else that these months go by so fast. This month, the month of May, of course, the month of May is all about our mothers, Mother's Day. And of course, it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. So to all the mothers out there, let me just send a early happy Mother's Day to all the mothers because the mothers are so special.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
And the song we're about to play in a few minutes. What was the inspiration behind this song? Just let us know what's the inspiration behind this song. We're gonna play in a bit.
Okay. The inspiration was actually my mom passed 2 Junes ago. And 3 weeks after she passed, I'm sitting on the bed and I'm grieving like heck. And I'm asking God, why? My last secured attachment. Dads are fine, but they're not like moms. And so the Spirit of God came to me and said, I want you to write a song and perform it for all fallen mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, because they're not nearly as appreciated as they ought to be. Went on to say, a mother does things for her family unconditionally, whether she's in good health or not, whether she has the finances or not, whether the man is there or not. She does it. And then also said, the words may be small, but they carry a lot of weight. And I continued writing. I started writing and I continued writing and I got stuck. And I got all confused about it and a bit ticked because it was hard. And I stopped and I said, God, this thing is hard. I've never done this before. And I tossed the paper in the trash. And then I lay down and I thought about it again. And I thought about my mom and all the things she did and everybody else's mom. And I started to write those little things that matter. And that was the motivation.
And actually, too, how long did it take to actually write this song and produce the song?
To write and produce, and I must give my oldest son, Ashton, who goes by the handle Ton Ash, a lot of credit here, because he introduced me to some of his studio people to get a bit of comfiness. Yes. So in answer to your question, it took about a month to 2 months to generate it.
Okay. So and actually, Tom Ash, I know that name. I play some of his music on my show, so I'm familiar with the name and his work.
Yeah, he is special. That's my oldest son. Very, very special. Again, I love him and the other 4 boys just the same. I would take a bullet for any one of them any day for the love that I have for them.
Yes.
Really appreciate them.
So go ahead and introduce the song for my listening public.
So the song is called 1 Million Thanks. So we're saying 1 million thanks to all our fallen mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers.
Sounds of Mr. Roy Newbold. 1 million thanks. Oh man, that's a great song. And of course, you know my favorite part of that song, Mr. Newbold?
What's your favorite part?
That's sax, man. That's sax.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Shout out to Travis Bodie, man, the world's greatest. Uh, it's a story. I mean, there's a story how we met about 2 years ago, and you know, people come into your lives not by accident. They come for a purpose. Travis, shout out to you, man. You're the world's greatest. You and Big Shirley, the saxophone. And I'd like to say another shout out to my studio guy, Sherwood Ramming, up in Foxhill, and backup singers Abia Woodside and Chase Fernando. You all are the greatest, man. I love you all.
And the thing is what I love about that song, I saw, I was watching it. Look, you want to tear up just a little bit. I watch you got a little emotional when that song played.
I do each time. I get choked right up. Even though many have said to me that it serves as therapy for them, and it does for me too, but it chokes me up each time that I think about it. And you know, JWise, it reminds me, while I was still on my job, my last job, and I'm putting together lines and verses, and I'm having certain people listen to it, and they have on the headphones, and they're nodding to it and smiling, and I'm like, how could they be smiling when this is such a serious thing? And I would just choke up and just cry. But then it's appreciation. It's appreciation.
Because this has to be the one of the Mother's Day songs.
Yes,
And
indeed.
the words are just so touching.
Yes, they are, and it's very deep. You know, persons. I met a. I tell you this, if I can go through. One of the sizable comments I've read, or profound comments I've read within that song on YouTube, is from a lady I shared the song with when she visited the straw market a year and a half ago. And she said, listen, I remembered your song when my grandmother died 3 months prior, 3 months ago. Thank you for sharing this song with me and the world. It's such a beautiful song. Thank you, from the Netherlands. That touched me.
Much appreciated.
Yes.
Lexi come from so far.
And there's also Chicago, Toronto, Virginia, the DR. I appreciate you penning your comments in there as well.
Yes. But Mr. Noble, we're gonna take another break. When you come back, of course, you got your latest song that listeners would enjoy to hear. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the show today. It's the first hour of the show, so it's a little different. Bahamian Weekend Blast with my special guest, yes, Mr. Roy Newbold. 37 minutes past the. Sorry, yeah, Mr. Rory Newbold. Let me correct, Mr. Rory Newbold on the Global Network. 37 minutes past 4. Of course, we're gonna take a little break, play a song. We'll definitely be back right here on the Global Network, 99.5 FM.
Sounds of Basil Smith, Sailorman Song. Rolly Grin, of course, we'll be performing live down with the legends of Rake and Scrape. Of course, man, I got my guest in the studio right now with me. Yes, Mr. Rory Newbold. Mr. Newbold, how you doing this afternoon, sir?
I am great, man. I am JWise. I am great. Thank you.
Glad to have you in the studio with me this afternoon. So, of course, this is our last segment. And of course, I know we're going to get ready to premiere your latest song. Just give our audience just a brief history of the song before you introduce it.
Okay, this song is a bit different from the first. The first is classic R&B. This song is Rake and Scrape. My little boy, 11-year-old Ethan, he said to me, "Daddy, you think you could do a Rake and Scrape?" So he challenged me, and I was up to the challenge. And so it's pretty much about a lot of persons who you are there for. And every time, or that one time or two that you call on them, they have excuses why they can't produce. And so I hope you enjoy this song. It's called Full of Damn Excuses. You only know me when you need me, but when I need you, you're full of damn excuses.
Oh man, most definitely, man. Brand new music coming in from Mr. Rory Newbull. Mr. Newbull, I just love that. I just love that jam. Just love it. Just love it.
Yeah, it's pretty special in my book. Um, everybody's song special, but to me, this is very special. It's and you know, for you to premiere it here,
Radio on Global,
yes,
99.5.
on Global 99.5. I love it.
And of course, as we wrap up, just give a listen once again. Just a brief on what inspired you to write that song.
Yeah, it was pretty much my 11-year-old son Ethan saying, "Daddy, you think you could do a rake and scrape song?"
Mhm.
And so he challenged me, and I thought about, everyday life. You would always hear people say, "You only know me when you need me, hey, but when I need you, you full of damn excuses." So there we go. And just the message in the music is so prioritize those relationships. Take care of the water in the well before it runs dry. Simply.
Because they say you don't miss the water till the well run dry.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna let you the last say any once again put those phone contacts, social media contacts, and of course, and I know you want to tell your shows before we wrap up.
So again, my music is on YouTube. It's on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, iTunes. My number is 357-8387. Cell. And shout outs to my cruise buddies. St. John's College, especially class of 77. And I'd like to say pre-Mother's Day greetings to all moms. Thank you, listeners, for your attention. Thank you, JWise and Global 99.5 FM. All the best, and I appreciate you.
Yes, Mr. Roy Newbull, of course. Like you say, when I mentioned the first time, and of course, having you live on my show, man, it's a pleasure. Of course, my door, my show in Global, you're always welcome. Always welcome.
I thank you for that.
Yes. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Rory Newbull, of course, man. His music is going to be played more and more radio on the Global Network, 99.5 of Sport, especially on Bahamian Weekend Blast. Let's take a break. We'll actually start with Johnny Camp, something called Just Got Paid on Friday. And today's Friday, so of course, we just got paid today. Man, I know you guys are feeling real good.